Something strange happens inside the human body when food disappears. A quiet switch flips. Old cells begin breaking down. Hidden repair systems start waking up. And according to some people, this single shift can erase years of damage. Today, we are diving straight into one of the most controversial claims in the health world. The idea that 7 days without food can unlock healing powers far beyond anything most people expect. For years, whispered stories have surfaced about people who stopped eating for a week and experienced dramatic changes, weight dropping fast, blood pressure stabilizing, pain fading, inflammation calming down, even long-standing health problems easing up. But there is also fear, confusion, and misinformation everywhere. Some say a 7-day water fast is the closest thing we have to a natural reset button. Others warn that it is dangerous, extreme, and not for the average person. So today's video cuts through the myths, the hype, and the false promises. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will understand the real science behind prolonged fasting. You will learn why your body switches from burning food to burning stored fuel and how that shift affects your cells, your hormones, and even your brain. You will hear about lesser-known research on deep cellular recycling, how fasting may help clear damaged or stressed cells, and how this process connects to many modern conditions. And you will see why some scientists believe that fasting triggers repair pathways that normal diets never activate. But before you think this is some miracle cure story, we are going deeper. You will also learn the hidden risks, the parts no one talks about, the side effects that can hit hard, the dangers that appear when fasting is done without guidance. And you will hear why certain people should never attempt a 7-day fast at all, because the truth is not one-sided. Fasting can be powerful, but power always comes with consequences. There is another layer you should hear as well. Many people know about weight loss during fasting. Very few know about what happens behind the scenes. For example, researchers have observed surprising drops in inflammation markers during prolonged fasts. Some studies show changes in immune cell activity that look almost like the body reorganizing its defense system. And deep inside your tissues, subtle signals begin shifting. Hormones rise and fall in patterns that do not appear during normal eating. Even gut bacteria rearrange themselves in ways that can influence mood, digestion, and cravings after the fast ends. These are the kinds of discoveries that rarely make headlines, but they reveal just how complicated and mysterious a 7-day fast really is. There is also the strange effect that many people describe on day 3 or 4, a wave of clarity. Hunger begins to quiet down. The mind feels sharper. Energy feels cleaner, and cravings that once felt impossible to control suddenly weaken. Some researchers link this to rising ketones in the blood. Others believe it is tied to neurotransmitters and inflammation reduction. But no matter the reason, this unexpected mental shift is one of the most fascinating parts of the entire fasting experience, and you will hear more about it in this video. So if you have ever wondered whether a 7-day water fast truly has the power to transform health, or whether it is simply another extreme trend, keep watching. You are about to learn the truth that most people never hear: the benefits, the dangers, the science, the stories, and the strange internal changes that make this practice so debated yet so captivating. Welcome to the channel. If you enjoy science-based health content, explained in clear and simple language, make sure to subscribe and stay with us through the entire video. There is a lot coming, and you do not want to miss any part of it. A 7-day fast, often called a water-only fast, is exactly what it sounds like. For an entire week, no food enters the body, no snacks, no juices, no supplements, no calories of any kind. The only thing allowed is plain, clean water. It is one of the most intense forms of fasting a person can do, and it places the body into a state that normal eating never reaches. During the first day or two, the body still runs on stored glucose. This glucose is kept in the liver and muscles as glycogen, and it is the first fuel to be used when no food is coming in. Once that supply starts dropping, something dramatic happens. The body switches energy systems. It begins to break down stored fat, turning it into a cleaner fuel called ketones. These ketones become the main source of energy for the brain and organs. This shift is known as entering ketosis, and it is one of the defining features of a long fast. But the change in fuel is only one part of what happens. As the body moves deeper into the fast, it starts reorganizing how it uses energy. Processes that are not essential are slowed down. Functions that protect survival are prioritized. Older damaged cells begin to break apart so the body can recycle their materials. Hormones adjust, inflammation patterns change. Even the digestive system slows almost to rest because there is nothing to break down or process. A 7-day fast is not a regular diet and should never be treated like one. Most eating plans still provide nutrients, minerals, and steady energy. This type of fast does not. It pushes the body into an extreme state that most people never experience in their entire lives. It is not something a person does casually, and it is not for everyone, but it is this very intensity that makes the 7-day water fast so intriguing. It forces the body to operate under a completely different set of rules, revealing biological processes that stay hidden during normal eating. When scientists study long fasting, one of the first things they notice is the rapid change in body weight during a prolonged fast. People often lose between 2 and 10% of their total weight within 5 to 20 days. At first, some of this comes from water and glycogen, but as the fast continues, most of the loss comes directly from stored fat. The shift toward burning fat becomes stronger each day, and ketone levels rise as the body begins relying on this cleaner fuel source. This deep fat burning state is far stronger than anything produced by short fasting or regular dieting. Blood pressure is another area where researchers see clear changes. Many studies on supervised fasting have reported noticeable drops in both systolic and diastolic pressure. These changes often appear within a few days as salt and fluid balance shift and inflammation decreases. People with mild to moderate hypertension sometimes respond quickly because their bodies no longer deal with constant digestive stress or frequent spikes in insulin. This relaxation of internal pressure gives the cardiovascular system temporary relief. The effect on blood sugar and insulin sensitivity is equally striking. When no food is entering the body, insulin levels fall sharply. Over several days, this lower insulin environment allows cells to respond better to insulin again. Some trials have shown reductions in fasting glucose, improved insulin sensitivity, and decreases in markers of insulin resistance, especially in people without severe metabolic disease. The body, no longer overloaded with constant energy intake, begins to reset how it handles fuel. Another possible benefit that gets a lot of attention is the activation of cellular repair processes. As the body runs low on easy energy, it begins searching for damaged or unnecessary material inside cells. This process, often described as a form of internal recycling, may help clear out old or dysfunctional components. It is one of the reasons prolonged fasting is sometimes described as giving the body a chance to clean up what has been neglected during years of constant eating. Beyond these deeper changes, the digestive system also experiences a rare break. With no food coming in, the gut can rest, enzymes slow down. The stomach empties completely. The intestines have time to recover from irritation, constant movement, and the daily task of processing food. This pause allows energy to shift away from digestion and toward other functions the body normally pushes aside. Long fasting may offer potential benefits, but science also warns about several real risks that become more likely as the fast continues. One of the biggest concerns is muscle loss. When the body runs out of stored glucose and begins burning fat, it also breaks down some protein from muscle tissue to maintain essential functions. Over several days, this loss can become significant. Even though fat burning increases, the body still needs amino acids for enzymes, hormones, and basic cellular maintenance, so muscle becomes one of the sources it uses. This means that not all weight loss during a 7-day fast is healthy or desirable. Another major issue is nutrient deficiency and electrolyte imbalance. Food normally supplies vitamins, minerals, and proteins that support bones, immune function, and organ health. Without these nutrients, the body has to rely entirely on what it already has stored, and those stores are not endless. Electrolytes like sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium become especially important. When levels shift too much, it can affect nerve signaling, muscle contractions, and heart rhythm. Even mild imbalances can make a person feel weak or shaky, while severe imbalances can be dangerous. The physical side effects of prolonged fasting are also well documented. Many people experience dizziness, fatigue, nausea, and mental fog within the first few days. Energy levels often fluctuate unpredictably. Some people also feel their heartbeat becoming faster or lighter than usual. These symptoms happen because the body is trying to adjust to running on a different fuel source, while also dealing with dehydration, reduced blood pressure, and lower blood sugar. Medical risk becomes a serious concern when fasting is done without supervision. Kidneys may struggle with the sudden change in fluid and mineral balance. Heart rhythm can be affected by low electrolytes. Some individuals may become dehydrated without realizing it, especially if they drink less water as hunger fades. People with underlying conditions face even higher risks because fasting places stress on systems that may already be compromised. There is one more issue that research highlights. Even when people see short-term improvements in weight, blood pressure, or insulin sensitivity, those changes do not always last. After refeeding, metabolic markers sometimes return to their previous levels within a few months. This means that while fasting can create clear changes during the fast itself, the long-term effects depend heavily on what happens afterward, especially in daily diet and lifestyle. When you look at real experiences from people who have attempted a 7-day water fast, you find a wide range of stories. Some speak about it with deep enthusiasm, almost calling it a turning point in their health journey. They often say that so many modern problems, especially those linked to metabolism and inflammation, seem to ease during a long fast. People in fasting communities describe the process as something that directly targets the internal stress caused by constant eating processed foods and unstable blood sugar. They talk about a sense of calm washing through the body as inflammation drops and the internal systems finally slow down enough to repair themselves. Another common theme is the belief that certain repair processes become active when the body is deprived of food. This idea appears frequently in long-term fasting discussions. Some describe it as the body cleaning out damaged cells and clearing waste that has been building up for years. Others say their hormones feel more balanced or steady after several days of fasting. They describe it as the body's engine cooling down after being pushed too hard for too long. People also talk about improvements in digestion. Since the digestive system finally gets a chance to rest, many report relief from bloating, irregular bowel movements, or ongoing discomfort. Others say their mind becomes clearer, as though a mental fog has lifted. They mention a sharper focus and fewer cravings, especially cravings for sugar or highly processed foods. Some describe the experience as a reset that helps them break long-standing habits around food. But while some celebrate these changes, others share a very different experience. They warn that a long fast can be physically and mentally demanding. Hunger can still appear suddenly, even after several days. Weakness and dizziness are common. Some people struggle with difficulty concentrating, disrupted sleep, or a feeling of having no energy at all. Others point out that without careful preparation and proper knowledge, it is easy to develop electrolyte imbalances or dehydration. These voices show that a 7-day fast can feel powerful for some and overwhelming for others. Each person enters the fast with different health conditions, habits, and expectations, and their experiences reflect that wide range of backgrounds. A 7-day water fast can create changes in the body that are difficult to ignore. The shift toward deep fat burning is strong, and many people notice a clear drop in weight within a short amount of time. With insulin levels falling and digestive demands disappearing, the body is pushed into a different rhythm. For some, this feels like a reset. The constant cycle of eating and digesting is interrupted, and the body begins relying on stored fuel. This change alone can create a noticeable difference in how someone feels. Some individuals even describe a sense of internal renewal, as if the body is clearing out older or stressed cells and replacing them with fresher ones. These reactions are part of why long fasting is often described as powerful. When people experience clearer thinking, fewer cravings, or reduced inflammation, it becomes easy to believe that fasting might fix everything. But that is where caution becomes important. A 7-day fast is not a simple wellness trick. It is not a guaranteed cure for chronic conditions, nor is it a replacement for proper medical care. The body undergoes real stress during long periods without food. Muscles can break down, electrolytes can shift, and energy levels can drop sharply. These changes may not be visible from the outside, but they are happening internally. There is also the fact that not everyone responds the same way. What feels energizing for one person may feel exhausting for another. Some people thrive in ketosis, while others struggle with dizziness or headaches. Underlying health issues can make the fast much riskier, especially for the heart, kidneys, or endocrine system. This is why medical supervision is often recommended for fasts lasting several days. The body is being pushed beyond normal patterns, and mistakes can carry consequences. Because of these risks, many experts suggest that shorter fasts or milder eating approaches may offer some of the same benefits without the intensity. Daily time-restricted eating, occasional 24-hour fasts, or simple calorie reduction can encourage fat burning, improve insulin sensitivity, and reduce inflammation without placing the body under extreme pressure. These methods are easier to sustain, safer for a wider range of people, and less likely to cause sudden imbalances. The 7-day fast remains a powerful tool, but it sits at the far end of the spectrum. It can deliver big changes, but it requires knowledge, preparation, and caution. A 7-day water fast should never be approached casually. It may sound simple on the surface, just stop eating for a week, but the internal changes it triggers can be intense. The body is pushed far outside its normal operating range, and the deeper the fast goes, the more pressure it places on the organs that keep everything running. For people with any medical condition, even one they consider mild, the risk rises quickly. Heart issues, blood sugar disorders, blood pressure problems, kidney concerns, or hormone imbalances can all become more serious when the body switches into a survival mode. This is why long fasting without supervision is strongly discouraged by health professionals. Even for people who consider themselves healthy, fasting for this long demands preparation, understanding, and awareness of warning signs. Dehydration, low electrolytes, and extreme fatigue can appear unexpectedly. Some individuals underestimate how fast these issues develop, and by the time symptoms become obvious, they can already be in a dangerous state. This is one reason medically supervised fasting centers monitor blood pressure, heart rhythm, hydration status, and electrolyte levels throughout the process. Without that level of oversight, someone may not notice when their body is signaling distress. For most people, there are gentler, safer approaches that still support metabolic health. Mild calorie reduction can help the body stabilize insulin and burn stored fat without forcing it into extreme conditions. Intermittent fasting, such as eating within an 8-hour window, can lower inflammation and improve energy balance while still providing daily nutrients. Another practical option is combining balanced meals with regular movement, which supports metabolism in a steady and sustainable way. These methods do not require depriving the body of essential minerals or pushing it into severe ketosis. For anyone still considering a long fast, speaking with a qualified doctor or nutrition specialist should be the first step. A professional can check for hidden risks, guide proper preparation, and monitor safety throughout the process. This kind of support ensures that the decision is made with knowledge rather than impulse, reducing the chance of unnecessary harm. Fasting can create real changes in the body, and many people feel genuine benefits from it. But it is important to remember that no single practice heals everything. A 7-day water fast is powerful, challenging, and deeply personal. It can support fat loss, metabolic balance, and cellular repair, but it can also create risks that should not be ignored. The safest path is always an informed one, where decisions are made with clarity, responsibility, and respect for what the body can handle. If you are curious about fasting, learning as much as possible is the smartest first step. Understanding the science, the limitations, and the potential dangers helps you choose what truly fits your life. Health is never about shortcuts. It is about habits, awareness, and long-term balance. Let me know in the comments what you think about long fasting. Have you ever tried it? Are you considering it? Or do you have questions we did not cover? Share your experience or curiosity. Your voice adds value to this conversation. If this video helped you, please tap like, share your thoughts below, and subscribe to our channel for more simple science-based health content.